Thank you, Pastor Ronald Pierre, for the opening prayer. At this time, we'd like to introduce Dr. Billy Beaufils, as he is going to talk to us about how to manage stresses and anxieties. Before I introduce Dr. Beaufils, I would like to also moun ki la pou informasyon TPS yo, eske nou ka leve men nou pou parce gen yon moun lan sal lan ki pal rele nou, ki pal pale ave nou, ok? Et puis, m konnen ke nou signen tout, so si yo rele nou, make sure that you're listening pou nou, pou le apre lo pou yo bo informasyon sou TPS, sou immigration. So ap gen sa tout, mais ap gen un pilote moun kap vin parler tout de l'autre sujet, okay? Dr. J.B. Beaufils is a child of the most beautiful city in Haiti, the city of Anacocaona. Dr. J.B. Beaufils moved to the States in 1989 from Haiti and lived in Stamford, Connecticut before moving to New York City and later to Philadelphia in 1997, where he worked as an associate pastor at the Haitian Tabernacle Church of Philadelphia. Dr. Beaufils earned a dual doctorate degree in theology and Christian psychology and a master's degree in counseling psychology. Dr. Beaufils has been practicing marriage and family counseling and mental health psychotherapy for close to 30 years. Dr. Beaufils is the former president of the Haitian Clergy of Philadelphia, former president of the Haitian Evangelical Clergy of Georgia, former president of the Haitian Ministry Theophile Church in Christ Incorporated, current chairperson of the Georgia Haitian Leadership Coalition, and communication director of the Federation of Haitian Protestant Churches, USA, and abroad. Dr. Beaufils is the husband to the most beautiful woman. Wow, I would love to hear more about that. Please put your hands together and welcome Dr. Beaufils. You're welcome. Let me get all my paperwork.
Good morning. Good morning. Haïtien la paix avec nous. Okay, no, I'm such an artisan uptight. So if you can do this with me now. One deep breath, so now no, okay, like this. Et puis faire sortir dans la bouche. OK? Dans le ventre, camber pour 2 secondes, et puis faire sortir dans la bouche. Je ne vais pas dormir, non, but c'est juste pour nous relax. OK? So, I want to thank the Women of Hope and all the leadership for the invitation, and I want to thank all the different Haitian experts in the room. It's unfortunate that those who would need the information are not here yet. But because of technology, they're going to have that chance to at least absorb the information. So nous comptons pour nous capables avec nous, pour nous parler de yon causé qui réveille tout le monde sur la tête. Il y a combien de monde là qui qu'on senti parfois yo tellement stressé, cheveux dans la tête yo vle se tomber. Ah? All right. So, stress son phénomène naturel. Par contre, monde qui jamais fait sous terre qui pas contre stressé. Et une raison monde stressé, c'est parce que monde toujours voulait gen contrôle sur tout ça y a fait et tout bagage dans la vie. Le moment où pas qu'à contrôler une situation, ça crive ou senti ou vin stressé, ou vin anxious, ou vini énervé. So the two most powerful force in the universe, one is fear. But fear is the most effective tool used by the devil to control people. But love is the most powerful force used by God to free people. You see, moun ki libre, moun sa yo gen la paix et yo gen la joie. Moun ki pas libre, toujours stressé. Ou compte moun en général, presque, il y a plusieurs recherches sur ça, 80 à 90% dans ça nous censé stresser ou bien worry, c'est bagay qui peut quand même venir. Pendant ce temps, bagay que nous besoin faire yo, we don't focus on them. So we worry about tomorrow and what will come. And usually there's nothing that we can do about it. So I don't know how much time do I have, but 20 minutes? Oh, gee, you cannot give a preacher 20 minutes to do no presentation. All right, I'll do it in 20 minutes. So there are good stress and there are bad stress. Du stress qui bon, par exemple, tout le monde qui a présenté yo tout net, yo doit sentir un petit butterfly, un petit anxiety. Si yo pas sentir anxiety, they're lying. Because it's a natural phenomenon. When you have to do something, usually your mind is trying to reconcile what you have to do, how you're going to do it, how it's going to be received, and you want to do a good job. So that caused some level of anxiety. And when you are done with your presentation, it was well done and well received, you feel good about it. So anxiety is not necessarily bad, stress is not necessarily bad, but can also be good. For example, how many of you are married? Okay, now, do you remember when you were planning your wedding? Planning wedding is one of the most stressful thing there is. So if you're not married yet, then you may need a therapist before you start the planning. And so it's good stress because what you're planning on doing, you are imagining it, that you want everything to be as planned as you have in your head. And so it creates anxiety because it's not done yet. So because it's not done yet, à cause li poko rive, so tout ti anxiété sa yo vin ran tête ou aussi chaud. So par le fait que stress son phénomène naturel, ça veut dire que le moment que on moun stressé et stress là, li censé continuer kounye la li vin créer un problème. That is why when you experience stress or anxiety and it becomes chronic, now your body is going to function and react in certain ways, and that also will cause you not only to be feeling sick physically, but also mentally. Stress, anxiety impact the triune being. I'm talking about all of you here have three parts. You have the mind, you have the body, and you have the soul. The mind, a lot of times, is called the spirit in the New Testament, but the spirit, the soul, and the body. The three works together. One impact the other. So you cannot be strong spiritually and then be weak mentally. You cannot be strong physically, like you work out 5 days a week, and then you weak mentally, because when you're taking care of the body, it impacts the mind. When you're feeding your spirit, meaning your relationship with God, it also impacts the other components. So it works together. So, le youn malade, l'autre yo aussi souffre. L'autre stressé, lui aussi impacté corps ou, l'impacté l'esprit ou, et aussi l'impacté l'âme. Ça veut dire que, en pile fois, l'autre stressé, ou pas qu'on remarque que même prier ou pas qu'à prier. Ou pas qu'on remarque parfois, ou qu'on a parlé, puis, ou perd du fil, et pensez où. So when you are stressed out, it impacts the whole triune being. That is why we have to make sure that we take care of us. We take care of our body, we take care of our mind, and we take care of our psyche. So I'm going to go through over a couple of things, and Mrs. Vixomar can give you the slides if you want to take it with you. There are things that you have to do to reduce stresses. Tout garçon marié stressé, toute fille mariée stressée, ou gen petit ou stressé. Dans le travail là, ça arrive. If you are in school, based on the number of projects you have or books you have to read, you get stressed. So we all get stressed out, and stressors are all over the place. Your friends can stress you out, right? Your boyfriend, your girlfriend can stress you out. Your husband stresses you out. Combien mesdames la mariée pas qu'on rend you stressé? Of course, maintenant. Non, Marie, c'est Manouchka, c'est bon monde. Il va stresser Manouchka. Gen bagay nous devons faire. Ma nous seulement quelques na éléments ça yo. Pour capable réduire stress dans la vie ou, gen bagay qu'on doit faire pour corps ou, qu'on doit faire pour nan ou, qu'on doit faire pour l'esprit ou. Qu'on nous mande pas seulement le nous stresser, parce que stress vini à droite et à gauche, il pas d'où qu'il est vini, il pas d'où qu'il est praller. Ou pas de control sur source. You have no control over the sources of your stresses. But what you can do is control you. The same thing with anger. Anger is a natural phenomenon. We all have that component. It's not about anger. It's how do you manage your anger. So, stress yo, c'est qui j'en manage. Recherche prouve une façon pour manager stress qui dans la vie ou chaque monde la gen stress dans la vie yo, ou besoin faire exercice pour corps. OK? Faire exercice par le dit, while dans gym na 4-5 days a week, you know, you lifting, you doing all, that's fine too. But exercice ou ka faire la caille, ou ka faire dans cadre chez kotoyer. Parce que l'or marcher, c'est exercice. L'or courir, c'est exercice. L'or fait jumping jacks, la caillou, c'est exercice. Ça dit que quand nous besoin exercice parce que nos gens quand recevoir activité ça yo, vin rendre nous réduire dans source stress nous yo. So exercice important. Ça veut dire que 2-3 fois dans semaine nan aller sous pas gym membership, but you have, it's not just to reduce stresses. I mean, it's just good for the whole being in general, right? L'autre bagage c'est que en pile fois, moun kon beaucoup plus stressé à cause de ça ou manger. So you have to eat properly. Si chaque jour levé c'est just Big Mac, double cheeseburgers, you know,
jiri, fried chicken, l'a impacté corps et l'a impacté aussi your whole being. So eating well and a well-balanced meal is good for the body, and it's going to be good also to reduce a lot of your stresses. So, ça veut dire que non, je nous manger, faut contrôler, je nous manger, pas vrai? Chaque de monde là, a différents types de manger que yo aime. Mais il faut balancer, il pas manger même bagarre chaque jour, tout le temps. Pas vrai? So, manger bien, non seulement aider le corps physique là, mais lui aussi agit sur psyche. Et dans différents types de vitamines que nous apprenons à manger, vitamines, ça a l'autre travail que vous faites avec tout l'autre component dans le corps nous, dans le gens Dieu créé nous, qui viennent rendre aussi nous capables de gagner à santé mentale. Une autre activité que nous besoin de faire, que nous besoin d'apprendre pour nous capables de réduire le stress dans la vie, nous, en pile fois, nous faisons trop. En pile fois, nous ne pouvons pas pour nous relaxer. Now, expérience par moi, c'est que pasteur haïtien, pas qu'on relaxe. C'est toujours sérieux. Et l'on pas relax, l'on pas qu'on qui l'est pour prendre break, il est aussi impacté corps et toute source stress qui dans la vie ou yo, vient rendre gounye là, bah la pi mal. Ou pas qu'on ou moun qui juste pas la mal. Et pour pas tant moun nan pas la mal, mais il pas ta vli pas la mal non. C'est que moun nan stressé donc ba quelconque qui passé dans calbas tête là et puis qu'on est là premier moun qui juste ba lian et puis le voum li juste agit sur vous même pas vrai so et ça arrive en pile dans kailan entre mari madame et ti moun yo aussi qu'on stressé gen parents stressé ti moun yo aussi pas vrai mais pour pas haïtien par exemple c'est ti moun yo parce ou pas travail ou pas gen bill ou pas gen ceci a dit que ou pas gen stress pas vrai so at the end of the day you have to learn to do what you need to do to allow your body and your mind to live, to be healthy, to recuperate. So part of what you need to do also in taking a break, you have to learn to encourage yourself. Ou pas qu'à trop busy, parfois faut just prendre petit temps. Tout le monde là a une liste bagay que yo aime faire qui fait yo feel good. Ou besoin de son liste de tout ça qu'on aime faire. A list of everything that you enjoy doing, whether it's listening to music, whether it's dancing, whether it's reading a book, or watching a very, very good movie, or a karaoke, whatever you like to do, you have to take time to do these things because these things help you. Nous là, nous pas capable travailler trop. Faut apprendre prendre break. Pas vrai? Et haïtien, ou qu'on qui soit aimé faire. Si vous devez prendre 20 minutes pour la belle petite musique pour danser, li réduit dans stress. Toute qualité bagay ça yo réduit. Yon nan l'autre bagay qui a faut réduire stress aussi. En pile fois, nous pas parler avec tête. En pile fois, nous pas encourager tête. OK? Achetons bon bagay for feel good, li réduit stress. La pas di moun qui crazy dans shopping, no? You know? Whether it's food, whether it's clothes, whether it's shoes, from time to time, you have to do you. And by doing you are also, okay, 5 minutes, you are also reducing the level of stress. One thing I would encourage you to do whenever you feel stressed, go home, go in the bathroom, close the door, look at yourself in the mirror, and then have a chat with yourself. Yourself, you are a good-looking man, a good-looking woman. You are made in the image of God. You are all that and then some. Yeah. Not only that, you are very smart. You are this, that. So you talk to yourself, you encourage yourself. I guarantee you leave the bathroom a different person. So learn to talk to yourself, which I call positive self-talk. Use that all the time. I do all the time too. Anytime you feel stressed, try that. And then also, you have to learn to eliminate, you have to know your triggers. You have to know your triggers. By knowing your triggers, which a lot of time is the sources of the stressors, then now you can do something about it. When you know something, you can do something about it. When you don't know something, now it just hits you hard. So know your triggers. If it's family members, if it's coworkers, if it's whatever it is, you have to know it. That way you can just do something about it. And quickly, also, learn to get a good night's sleep. Okay, sleep is the most important thing you can do for the mind, the body, and the soul. When you get 3-4 hours of sleep, why? Because going to bed, you can sleep because you're scrolling. And by scrolling, you say, okay, I'm gonna just check NC for like 5 minutes. And before you know it, it's 3 hours. I mean, you guys know I'm not lying, right? So get a good night's sleep, because by going to sleep, now you are rejuvenating not just the body, but also the mind, even though the mind isn't sleep, but the mind also knows how to rejuvenate itself. Okay. Now, let me just end with this. Haïtien, c'est bon peuple, bon monde. Nous seulement avons quelques petits problèmes. Il y a un petit problème haïtien, c'est que nous aimons cacher les affaires. Lorsqu'on a un problème, parlez là avec moun qu'on fait confiance. Il y a zanmi, il y a famille, il est capable, pasteur, parler sur gain, parce que si vous pas parler problème ou traverser à l'autre monde, vous pas connaître pour vous aider. So talk about your problem. When you do talk about your problem, what happens now is now you can get some help. And also by just talking about your problem, you reducing your level of stress, because now you venting. So I have a list of a coping mechanism that I will provide to either you that, or I can add it to the slide and then you can just share it with everybody. But there's a lot of things that you can do to reduce your stressors. So I wish I had an hour and also take questions, but it is what it is. Learn to do one thing. Now, let me leave you with a verse. It's in Philippians 4, verse 7 and 8. It says, let everything that is pure, que tout ce qui est pur, tout ce qui est honorable, tout ce qui mérite l'approbation, en d'autres termes, tout bon bagay yo net, il dit, make sure que c'est objet pensé. Meaning, what you think, you feel. When you are thinking good thoughts, you feel good. When you are thinking bad thoughts, you feel bad. So, à tout, nous toute la net, apprendre pour nous capable manage penser nous yo, penser négatif yo là yo vini, remplacer yo par pensée positive. Plein bagay positif dans la vie ou, on façon pour chaque jour bon Dieu faut ouais pour ta make sure que ou enjoy li, parce que bon Dieu veut pour enjoy chaque jour que le ba ou. Li dit encore la guerre tout chayo sous do. So don't worry about what will come. Give God everything that will come. Just enjoy today that He gives you. God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Beaufils. We can do better than that. Another round of applause for Dr. Beaufils.